Science of Mind, written by Ernest Holmes, read by Jean Perkle for July 16th. Attracting Friends. And turning to the law, realize that it is a law of reflection. Life is the mirror of king and slave. Emerson said, "If you want a friend, be a friend." As the idea of friendship dawns upon the consciousness, the law of attraction produces friends. For one is the picture, and the other is the thing. This is the great teaching of involution and evolution. The thought involved and the result evolved. One is the treatment, and the other is a demonstration. When we are dealing with causation, we are dealing with that which was involved within itself, all effect, as it unfolds. We may leave it to the law to compel right action. With this in mind, let us go to the treatment. Do we wish to attract friends? We must begin to imagine ideal friendship relationships, be they social or otherwise, to sense and feel the presence of friends, to enjoy them in our mentalities, not as an illusion, but as a reality, not as a dream, but as an experience, to declare that their presence is now here, but we must never look to see if they are here, because this would imply doubt and would neutralize our word. We can attract the kind of friends we wish if we specifically designate the kind, but we must never think of certain people or that a particular individual must be one of the friends, for this would be hypnotic. The idea will bring the right kind of friends. In order to have this friendship enduring, true, really worthwhile, and a thing of beauty, we must cultivate an attitude of friendship toward everybody and everything. The one who has learned to love all people will find plenty of people who will return that love. This is not mere sentiment, and it is more than a religious attitude of mind. It is a deep scientific fact, and one which we should pay attention. The reason is this: is mind, and as we attract to us what we first become, until we learn to love, we are not sending out love vibrations, and not until we send out those vibrations can we receive them in return. When we find we are without friends, the thing to do is at once to send our thought out to the world. Send it full of love and affection. Know that this thought will meet the desires of some other person who is wanting the same thing. In some way, the two will be drawn together. Think of the whole world as your friend, but you must also be the friend of the whole world. In this way, and with this simple practice, you will draw to you so many friends that the time will be too short to enjoy them all. Refuse to see the negative side of anyone. Refuse to let yourself misunderstand and be misunderstood. Know that everyone wants you to have the best. Affirm this wherever you go, and you will find things just as you wish them to be. One of the first things to do is to love everybody. If you have not done this, begin to do so at once. There is always more good than bad in people, and seeing the good tends to bring it forth. Love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. It is the very reason for our being, and that explains why it is that people should have something or someone to love. The life that has not loved has not lived. It is still dead. Love is the sole impulse for creation, and the man who does not have love as the greatest incentive in his life has never developed the real creative instinct. No one can swing out into the universe without love, for the whole universe is based upon it. To him who hath loved much must be forgiven. Let me reread that. To him who has loved much is forgiven. A man may have many shortcomings, but if he loves greatly, much will be forgiven him. People are dying for real human interest, for genuine friendship, for someone to tell them they are all right. We always welcome the man who looks at the world as his friend and loves it. And it is a law that the man who sees what he wants to see regardless of what appears, will someday experience in the outer what he has so faithfully seen within. From selfish reasons alone, if from no loftier reason, we cannot afford to find fault, to hate, or even to hold in mind anything against any living soul. The God of love cannot hear the prayer of the one who fails to love. In our meditation for friendship, let us make our unity with all people, with all life. God in me is unified with God in all. The one is now drawing into my life all love and fellowship. I am one with all people, with all things, with all life. As I listen in the silence, the voice of all humanity speaks to me and answers the love that I hold out to it. The great love which I now feel for the world is the love of God, and it is felt by all and comes back to me from all. I understand all people, and this understanding is reflected back to me from all. I give friendship, and therefore I have friends. I help, therefore I am helped. I uplift, therefore I am uplifted. I am now surrounded by all love, all friendship, all companionship, all health and happiness, all success. I am one with life. I wait in the silence with the Great Spirit bears this message to the whole world.